The top political story, called this the EPS political muscle flex in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu's leader of opposition has categorically declared that it will be an AIADMK government that will take charge if the alliance comes to power, and rubbish suggestions of a coalition rule in the state. He further categorically declared that he is the man in charge of the alliance, while the AIADMK has been distancing itself from the BJP's suggestion of a coalition in the state if the alliance comes to power. This is the most categorical statement from Edappadi Palaniswamy on the issue. Remember, EPS is on a statewide yatra. Tamil Nadu has not had a coalition government since the Dravidian parties established dominance in 1967, and there were worries that talk of a coalition could be detrimental to the AIADMK's image as the lead party in the alliance. Even in 2006, when the DMK did not get a majority on its own, it ran a minority government and did not accept a coalition with the Congress. Let's listen in to EPS before we go ahead.
கூட்டணி ஆட்சி இல்ல, எங்களுடைய கூட்டணி ஆட்சி அமைக்கணும் சொல்றேன். கூட்டணி ஆட்சி அமைக்கணும் தான் சொல்றேன். நீங்க தவறா புரிஞ்சிட்டு வெளிப்பட்ட நான் தான் தெளிவா சொல்லிட்டல. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுங்க. இந்த கட்சிக்கு யார் கூட்டணி தலைமை தாங்குது சொல்லுங்க, நீங்களே சொல்லுங்க. அப்புறம் நான் எடுக்கிற முடிவு தானே. அப்புறம் யார் முதலமைச்சர் ஆகிறாங்க, யார் ஆட்சி அமைக்குது சொல்லுங்க, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க. நாங்கள் கேட்குறோம், நீங்க எங்களை கேள்வி கேட்டீங்களா? நாங்கள் தெளிவுபடுத்திட்டோம். நாங்கள் இருவரும் அமர்ந்து தெளிவுபடுத்தியாச்சு. அதில் இந்த கூட்டணிக்கு அதிமுக தலைமை தாங்க, அதிமுக ஆட்சி அமைக்கும். அதில் இபிஎஸ் இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு தெளிவு.
Well, AIADMK and BJP spokespersons refused to join the show this evening, but we do have NDTV Sam Daniel and political analyst Sumant Sriraman join me this evening. Sam, very briefly, this is the most categorical statement by EPS on this issue. He has indicated to the same in the past, but not in as many categorical words.
That's right. For the first time, EPS has taken this kind of a long explanation to make it clear that there will be no coalition government if the AIADMK alliance wins elections in Tamil Nadu. And he is the boss who would take that call, and that he is very confident that the party will be able to obtain a majority of its own and form an AIADMK government, but not a coalition NDA government, triggering in a sense speculation whether the AIADMK is also exploring the possibility of shaking hands with Vijay if things turn worse with the BJP Veeraraghavan.
That you say that, but I think much of this is conjuncture at this stage. Sumant Raman, the BJP has been subtly hinting at a coalition, basically not wanting to forego its identity as a political player in Tamil Nadu, though it's a marginal player. EPS's assurance, do you think, will just be something that's ignored by the BJP, or do you believe that Edappadi Palaniswamy needs some categorical statements of his leadership endorsement from all the allies and from within his own party?
Look, I think ever since this alliance was formed, the BJP has done zilch to pull its weight for the alliance. In fact, they've gone out of the way to create some embarrassment for the alliance. Where was the need for Mr. Amit Shah to say all this now? Anyhow, the decision is going to be taken after the election. You said it even at the time of forming the alliance that a decision will be taken later, depending on any. Practically, you know that if the AIADMK does not get a majority on its own, they will definitely have to depend on their allies, and the allies are going to insist that they will be part of this government. So what is the necessity to go on about this now is the point I'm trying to understand. What does the BJP get out of it? Everyone knows that Mr. Stalin, the chief minister, has clearly decided that this campaign is going to be fought on an anti-BJP plank. He is going around saying, if you don't vote for us, the BJP will come in no uncertain terms. That is the message. And here you are actually supporting. So I'm seriously worried whether from the AIADMK perspective, whether the BJP is playing a double game, whether they are, trying to, sink this party by being in the alliance. I think it's extremely, indecipherable. On what basis Mr. Amit Shah is making such statements, which contribute zero to the alliance now, which gives the DMK a plank to beat them with. And everybody knows off the record, the AIDMK is also reconciled to forming a coalition government should push comes to shove, right? They can't say it openly now because already they are being called weak. Already they are being called as, an extension of the BJP. Mr. EPS every day is being accused of having surrendered to BJP. How can they go and say, no, you will have a BJP coalition government in 2026? He can't say that. Until the results come, this is the position of the AIDMK. That will not change in public. But in private, they are mentally reconciled to a coalition government.
Right, you're absolutely right. There can't be a question of, especially the ones who follow Tamil politics very clearly. Vasudha also finally joins me. She had to beat through Delhi traffic to get on the show. Vasudha, you've covered EPS. You've been tracking the BJP very closely. There is a sense, as Sumant Raman points out, that the BJP is not making Edappadi Palanichami's life easier by categorically sending out a statement that it's the AIDMK that's in power. We are the junior partner in the state, and EPS is the chief ministerial face of the alliance. Why is the BJP not doing that as yet?
Absolutely, Veera, and vanakkam to all our viewers, and also good evening and namaskars. One important thing that I remember from my conversation with Edappadi Palaniswamy last week, Veera, was the fact that he kept talking about this alliance as an Anna Timuka Kutani. He did not say that this is a Bajaka Kutani, this is an Anna Timuka Kutani, this is an AIDMK alliance. And while we do talk about muscle flexing and shadow boxing in the context of Karnataka every other day, this is a common thing that appears to be happening in all alliances across the country, specifically with AIDMK and BJP. The BJP is a fledgling party when it comes to Tamil Nadu. It is growing. It has been unable to create that kind of electoral footprint that it would have expected. And when it comes to AIDMK, the AIDMK has seen 3 electoral setbacks, and this is in some ways a very important make or break election for Edappadi Palaniswamy. He comes from the Gounder caste, and Tamil Nadu is known to have leaders who are casteless. So several challenges in front of Edappadi Palaniswamy. There's also TVK's Vijay, and this muscle flexing is also happening because I think EPS wants to send out this message that he is open to all kinds of alliances, especially with TVK. And you know, Veera, when we talk to our sources in Tamil Nadu, they say, and in fact Edappadi Palaniswamy said this on record to me, that 8 months left for this election, anything can happen. There are people who are starting parties, there are people who want to serve the state, and if they want to join me under my leadership, they're all welcome. So clearly, a politically loaded message there, not for the first time, but clearly sending out, a message of, superiority to the BJP, and also a message of political domination to the alliance.
Which is absolutely essential in Tamil Nadu's political narrative. Very, very briefly, Sumant C. Raman, before I wrap this conversation, do you see friction building up between the AIDMK and BJP, or is this going to be a marriage of inconvenience which has to survive till the end of these elections? Very, very briefly.
I think that depends entirely on the BJP High Command. Till date, there is a very strong suspicion, and I have it from very senior AIDMK sources, that the BJP is playing some kind of double game. In fact, the ED case, which is coming up in the Supreme Court, the AIDMK is not even sure whether the ED is going to prosecute it with any kind of vigor, because it involves higher ups connected with the DMK and the chief minister. So that is the level of distrust, and that is the level to which the BJP is actually embarrassing the AIDMK. Mr. Nainar Nagendran, the state president, and Mr. Edappadi have a good equation. The cadre are working together on the ground, but there is a deepening suspicion that the BJP High Command is somehow playing at some kind of double game here.
Suspicion is not a very good thing in alliance politics. We'll have to see how this plays out. The kind of statements that come out of either side would be closely watched in the run-up to that election. But remember, EPS needs to also assert himself as the categorical leader of his own party as well. But thanks very much to Sumant Raman and Sam Daniel for joining us. Vasudha, now to the big question over Karnataka's aerospace ecosystem. The state's industries minister M.B. Patil made a strong repartee to Andhra's IT minister Nara Lokesh, who posted on social media offering land for aerospace companies after farmers' protests in Karnataka forced the state to drop a land acquisition bid for aerospace industries near the Bengaluru International Airport, Vasudha. There seems to be stiff competition for Karnataka from Andhra.
Absolutely, Veera. And G. Parameshwara, the Home Minister, has clarified that this is only about heeding to the interest of farmers, that no investors are going to be sent back. But this is about the Karnataka government balancing not just development but also farmers' interests. And that, Veera, is a very tricky topic, because when this incident happened, I was just reminded of how the Prime Minister now, Narendra Modi, as a Chief Minister, invited the Tatas when the Singur movement was on. And that really turned out to be a different story of investment friendliness when Gujarat is concerned. So clearly, a very tricky situation here, but clearly both Andhra and Karnataka trying to do their best here.